I mean, I love the Midwest, but,
Right.
And
that, you realize that cuts deep, right? That is felt like deep in my heart. Yeah.
I just want to make you happy, Frank.
That's right. Good morning, afternoon, evening, anything in between, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Kickback. Kickback is back once again. You blink and a month goes by. You make so many awesome episodes, and all of a sudden, time passes. And speaking of time passing, I texted the wonderful and talented Jonathan Ramos here several months ago saying, I'd love to have you on. I wanted him to kick things off, as a matter of fact. I said, I want you down here. People want to know what's going on. When can we have you in here? And like wine, it matured, it aged, it got a little rind to it now. It's nice. And so this is, in fact, for Jonathan's birthday special. Jonathan, happy birthday. Seriously, thank you for joining us here.
Thank you, Frank.
On a Friday. I mean, come on. We're having fun here. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us. It has been quite some time since I've been back down here, and you guys seemingly have, there are good problems to have. And the way that you guys have continued to decorate and add to the basement has been a good problem. What's been the latest stuff that you guys have put in? Is it the disco ball? Is it the...
Well, we added more strobe lights. We had lights to the disco ball.
Yep.
But first things first, Frank, it is true that it has been a while for you to be down here. And I'm going to have to bust your chops a little bit.
Please.
Because you've abandoned me, Frank. You've abandoned me. You're supposed to come down here, do some karaoke while our friend was away, out of town, out of the country. I haven't seen you since. Does she know that you haven't been here? This is devastating.
I've been bad. Kickback, I will not plead the fifth. There will be no ditching this one. I've been naughty. I've been bad. And I don't think she knows. I don't think it's been brought up. It's been the first year where there is more than student property owned. All of a sudden there are apartments, there are these buildings, there are other places that you can go and enjoy yourselves. Like Finn's, I've spent a considerable, many a night over at Finn's. And so that's been our place of refuge. So I have not been cheating per se on Pugsley's with any other place, but there has been time spent elsewhere, and for that I'm devastated. I told him right before you got here, I told John right before you got here that I've been trying to get people to go. You've seen my messages. I say, like, karaoke, like, let's get in there, like, people, it's fine. So I'm rooting for you, and I'm rooting for you guys, and I like what's happening, as always.
Oh, well, I appreciate you, Frank. I'm just messing with you.
I know, that was good.
Messing with you.
Good.
Even though there's a little truth in there, but it's fine. But to the renovations,
yes.
We had the stage moved across on the other side to try it out, see how it would look. It didn't have the best feel.
Yes.
We thought that having the stage across the bar where I can see everything, see how the queue is going, seeing everyone get on stage, making sure no one's jumping the line,
right.
No one's, singing more than one or two songs.
Sure.
It was the best place for it to be. Right, and also with the strobe lights we've added, it was more because we're not just going to be doing karaoke, right? It's going to be, we want to transition more to do some dance music as well, having a DJ.
Yes, I was just going to ask you about that. Please keep going, but
go ahead.
Because I'm curious, because that's I can ask about physical renovations all I want, but we know that you guys have been on a roll with that. No pun intended with the big wheel over yonder, but. The DJ one, that was a curveball to me in the best way possible. It's a curveball, but I wasn't hitting. But no. So I did see. I'm not familiar with the young lady who does the tunes, but I hear she's coming back. Again, is that the case? She was beloved the first night. She had a good set.
Yeah, she did a phenomenal job. Her name is Charlotte.
Okay.
I had put the post on my Instagram account.
Yes.
Looking for a DJ, and she's the only one who sent video. Right. So we took
which
her.
Is important, yeah.
We took her at the top. Right. Mm-hmm. She came in, and every time we've asked her to come in, she's come. She's answered every one of our messages. She's eager, and on her very first night, she did a phenomenal job. She was, for someone who says that she's only been doing it for like a month, it seemed like she was doing it for a while.
Sure.
And I don't know if you know this, but Peter, my boss, used to be a DJ, right? So when he heard her, he was like, wow, she was like wise beyond her years. So we had to bring her back, and we brought her back last week, and hopefully we'll have her back again this Saturday.
A three-peat. It's like a festival over here.
On the 25th, on my actual birthday,
Yes.
for her, to have, a nice power hour while she's here, and, rock the place. You can't miss it, Frank. You cannot miss it. You personally cannot miss it.
We've got a birthday to celebrate this Friday, and I feel like this could be a very... There's a dinner before. I have no idea why. This might be the first case of biases in terms of Fordham places shown on the Kickback. Anything beats Howell, but Pugsley's, that would kick its teeth in. I would much, much, much rather prefer to do that for any sort of birthday celebration. So I'm going to try and swing some people over because, between the fog machine, you got people spinning the dice. It's rocking. Come on. I will say, because you're right, I haven't been a while, and the image that rings in most of our group's heads is, obviously the night I met Chloe and the night we had many other nights in between, but the first one stands out very specifically in my mind because it was like, oh, and first of all, I didn't know that you and Chloe had collaborated to open the place. That was more or less, right? Yeah. But was to come down and think, oh my God, what's going on? You guys had all the couches set up, the original stage right here. And you were like, hey, how's it going? And I had seen your eyes. Oh yeah, good to see you. $10 pitchers. Wow, $10 pitchers. Like what kind of beer do you guys have? Budweiser. He goes, that's it. Exactly. I was beyond fired up. It was the most patriotic moment of my life. I was pleased. Thank you. So those were some many iconic nights, and I do miss that like full-heartedly. But you guys are obviously transitioning. Are you able to leak any of your next plans for the spot? You did mention that it's like, you're planning on transitioning into, more of live acts and, planning that. But are we planning on any bands or just, keeping it to the house?
I will put it out there, next semester, we do want to do band showcases.
That's actually insane news. That's huge.
Yep. Just for you, Frank. Just for the Kickback.
Oh my gosh.
News.
Oh my God. It's going to be buzzing. Get this trending. Get it going next semester, please. But oh my God, yeah. And it's on the stage here.
Yeah.
Same as always. They're going to be rocking the house. This is going to be an underground, I can see a punk show here. I'm sure that'd be devastating for the environment. So we'll, actually, no, never mind. We're taking that back. No, punk artists, do not hit up Pugsley's Pizza. Neither here nor there. But I want to ask where this all comes from because obviously Chloe and I have had many a conversation about it. It's all been a community-wide conversation that you are a genuinely beloved figure, and it's about, how much you put into this scene, because obviously I think of the very homey, warm light, nothing else, bare bones yet beautiful first instance of Pugsley's basement, that is. Mm-hmm. And I think of it now, and it's a 180. No other bar. I think Clinton is close with the way that they've changed things around, but you guys, in terms of the general growth and the way you've moved things around, it's been unparalleled. So I'm wondering, where does this come from? If and obviously it's a huge question, but you obviously have a love, and correct me if I'm wrong, a love for music, people, gathering spaces with all two. It's a trifecta. It's the big three. Is that something was there a lot of music growing up? Was there a lot of music in high school or somewhere in between? Or obviously it's a very musical place with Sal.
Well, I will say that a lot of it did come from growing up, but I would say that all of this was just one big happy accident.
Sure.
When I first started here, I started coming to Pugsley's around 5 years ago.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was just an Uber delivery driver, right? So
I was wondering.
Uber Eats.
Yep.
And I say driver, but I was actually doing it on foot. So I would deliver. I've done over 7,000 deliveries on foot. I'm a ton of deliveries from here. And that's how they met me, right? So if you asked me where this all comes from, it's really hard to explain because it's was I even really supposed to be here? I just started doing deliveries and they took a liking to me, and then I came on. When I first started working here, I was doing an overnight shift, right? Doing the weekend nights, right? But I was doing that for the love of the game because
Damn straight. Good man.
I had applied to a different position elsewhere.
Okay.
It was the post office, so I was actually very close to getting a position at the post office, and I got it.
Oh.
I got it, and it was an overnight gig, so I had to I had to adjust myself. So what better way to adjust myself than doing the overnights on the weekends at Pugsley's?
Yeah.
Right. So
I suppose, yeah.
yeah, I mean, I would be up all night. It'd be great. But I guess now you can say, fortunately, I lost that. Like, it was taken away from me. Like, they said through no fault of your own. Unfortunately, the position is no longer available. Right, which was at the time a gut punch because wanting a city job is something that it's exciting.
I was gonna say it's like a weird kind of not weird, excuse me, but just things change very frequently. I can imagine it's tricky.
Yep. So when that lapsed, they tried this before. I believe it was in 2022, and they had called it Grandpa's Basement, and it was kind of a speakeasy type thing, which it clearly it didn't work. Right, it's something that that lapsed after a few tries, and then it wasn't until I had met Chloe.
Sure.
And her friend Izzy,
yes.
when they really wanted to throw their birthday party down here.
That's right.
Right? And, pulled a few strings to make it work. And then when I saw that event happen, it was like, there's something here. There's something here. There's something to do here.
Yes.
And 2 weeks later, we opened again, and it was a show.
Yeah.
Like it was. Like I don't know if you saw the reels on Instagram. It was like people outside the door. It was insane.
It was Like
it was just gonna be me behind the bar, but then it was impossible. We had to bring more people downstairs. It was. It was crazy.
Who came down? Was Pete coming down?
It was Pete coming down.
No.
Yeah, the boss coming down. What? What? No. But yeah, I mean, I have to give Chloe a lot of credit for everything that's going on down here.
It's pretty sweet.
If I didn't meet her and Izzy, I probably wouldn't have started this. It wouldn't have come to my mind to do anything.
She's a dynamo, man. She gets people moving, and it's it was one of the first things I told a lot of you guys. I remember sharing that quite frequently. I'm like, and then she started the basement bar. Like, that's so cool. Which, I mean, as chuggy as I make myself sound, it's pretty kick ass. So yeah, no, I mean, but obviously, one man's got to serve the drinks. One man's got to make. I mean, come on. No other bartender around here just automatically pulls out a Coors Light for me. That's something special. You know what I mean? That means something different.
Well, I mean, I don't know if you remember the first day that we actually met.
Well, I mean, I believe I do.
What do you remember?
I remember they couldn't have predated Chicago incident.
Well, I mean, I believe it did. Well, what do you remember?
I just remember stumbling in. Stumbling is a complete over-exaggeration. That was the absolute wrong word. I was walking in perfectly fine. You have no right to lie. I was walking in perfectly fine. Neither here nor there. And I must have seen something, or there was some sort of emblem on Jonathan, something. And it looked very similar to the University of Chicago. And I said something about the Midwest or something about, and, I think it was something along the lines of, no, that is incorrect. And it was devastating. I felt horrible. I was like, I'm sorry. It kind of stops there. I was so embarrassed. I think I just blacked out. I cut the memory short. But
well, I mean, you weren't stumbling. You were fine. It was you and three other boys.
The other fine gentlemen. Yes, I'm certain. Yeah.
And you had saw my Chicago Cubs blue windbreaker.
Thank you. I've been waiting for the universe to correct. Carry on, please. Good. I'm sorry. I've been waiting for that validation.
And yeah, it was a blue Chicago Cubs windbreaker.
Yes.
And then you had asked me about if I had lived in Chicago, if I was born and raised in Chicago. I was like, nope, absolutely not. Nothing in relation to Chicago. I had to just love the city when I visited it.
Sure.
At that time. But then, somehow like weeks later, but I'm sorry, not weeks later, but months later, you and Chloe are walking on Arthur Avenue, and then you tell me that I went to the University of Chicago.
Again, that was genuinely my mind. That was one of the bigger mind tricks. I have no explanation for the mental leap that had happened. Zero, none, like zilch. So what happened from a Cubs windbreaker turned into an academic. I viewed this man as a born Chicagoan. I was going to grill him about liking the Bears. Like that was gonna be like that. That's how I was. Oh, like Jonathan from Chicago. Hey, Chicago, Jonathan. There
I'm
he
more
is.
flattered that you thought I went to college. No, that's awesome. Yeah.
No. Oh, and you Chicago nonetheless. You're come on.
My God, something prestigious. Prestige. Thanks for that, brother. But yeah, I mean, but just to get back to the earlier thing,
sorry,
it was I just one of the things that makes me who I am is I have a very pristine memory.
Clearly,
Right,
good
so,
Lord have mercy.
I'm going, whoever comes in here, I know exactly what they want,
Yes.
and whether it be down here or upstairs, I think it's all part of the experience.
Sure.
It's very important. You have to make people feel important. Yes. You have to make people feel like they are the star of the show.
Correct.
Right, and that's what they are. Especially when it comes down here when we do our karaoke nights. I do the spin the wheel thing. Right,
It's a fun watch. I like tapping through.
Win some prizes or whatever. But the real star of the show is the singer who's on the stage.
Yes.
Right. So I think people appreciate the fact that I don't make it about myself.
Yes.
That I elevate them.
Correct.
So. I think that's part of it, and I'm not gonna lie, I kind of forgot part of that second half of your question.
There was no second half. I mean, that's about it because I'm just like that last part gave me enough to talk about because literally elevated, but also metaphor. Have you ever sang? What's the matter with you?
Me too.
I'm saying shit. That's kind of a strike, dude.
Strike one.
I would say you can't graduate without singing, but low-key, I'm going to be pissed if you don't finish this year without singing. I'm like serious heart attack.
I'm going to be pissed if you don't finish this week without singing.
Yeah.
I'll be here.
I just felt a chill like down my spine. My entire rib cage just rattled. Like I'm so fired up.
Frank, if he doesn't sing this week, we're going to have you a new videographer.
That's yeah. Kid, I'm put it on. Make some diamonds. Seriously. I've sang Shakedown Street like 4 times. If you can, that's we put some pressure on the people. But to allude to that, it's every time has been like not an embarrassing people aren't embarrassed. I find that to be the case. It feels like a middle school dance at a lot of karaoke situations. You know what I mean? People get all squeamish very quickly, and it's something that you have to get pushed into. You know what I mean? It feels like you're in a Charlie Brown movie. You're getting pushed to dance with the little red-haired girl, and it's like that's no fun. But I've had many moments. I mean, I heard shout out Jackson Taylor if you're watching. Hope you're well. I heard the opening riff to Break Stuff by Limp Bizkit. And heard Frank, get on stage. We're singing right now, and that was a epitome, that was a wonderful moment. I hope I speak very highly of it when I'm out of here. They're like, oh, what's going on? I'm like, I haven't been in a while, but that was good times. It's all happy memories, and Lord knows it's great memories, but neither here nor there. You guys do elevate people. You guys do put people on a stage, literally. And I mean, is it something that I don't even know what I'm trying to ask because it feels just so second nature to just enjoy it. And I don't know. I mean, I feel like I want to ask more about your music and what you listen to because obviously, we've heard a lot of people and a lot of different genres and a lot of these guys. And so I want to, please steer me away from it and help me out. I want to hear what you're listening to right now and maybe we can work our way backwards.
All right, right now. Oh, man.
Right, I mean,
right
it's
now.
a broad spectrum.
Here's the thing. Personally, I kind of find it annoying when people say that they like everything. Right? But the thing is, I'm gonna say it.
Say it.
Because I feel like I just like a dash of everything. The new Olivia Rodrigo song came out last Friday.
Yes.
Drop Dead. I think it's a nice fun bop. I'm currently listening to that on repeat. Before you got here, that's what I was listening to.
It was your. I saw you had the pods there. That was a little pregame. Yeah.
Kind of embarrassing, but not embarrassing at all. You know what? They love it. They love it.
Yes.
So, I mean, a lot of the stuff that I listen to now is the stuff that I listened to when I was younger. I love listening to Panic at the Disco. I love listening to All Time Low. I like listening to Green Day. I like listening to Nirvana. I love Metallica.
Fantastic, yeah.
But when my first foray into music would be when I want to say either 6 or 7 years old. That's what I remember being in my father's Corsica, bluish gray Corsica, and he had the radio station on. It was CBS 101.1 FM, New York's oldie station.
Bang.
And I would hear Billy Joel's "You May Be Right." And when I hear that, I would pop. I would go crazy for it, right? So then I would have that station on all the time, just waiting to hear that song. And if I didn't hear that song, I'd be really annoyed. Like,
Sure.
I'm just waiting, please. And like, so every time it came on, I would just love it, just go crazy for it. And then finally, I grew up, and I would listen to some of my sister's stuff, right? Because I have one sister. I had 2 brothers. And my sister, she was more like in contemporary R&B, right? Where she was listening to Monica, and she was listening to Brandy, and I would listen to that, like Keith Sweat, a lot of nice young black artists, which we thought, I thought was, that was a different style, different pace. But
Back from the grave, risen once more. I've rolled away the rock. Here we stand. So, Jonathan, thank you for bearing with us.
Oh, absolutely.
As you were saying before, I don't know if I was. I don't think I was bored to death. Maybe my body preemptively shot it. Like it was an immune system response, an immuno response. I'm not sure.
I mean, you were down for like 45 minutes.
It was.
I don't know.
I made sure to account for the time taken. No, please. All in good fun here on the Kickback. We are so Kickback. So, you had mentioned Fuel. You had mentioned Metallica, Green Day. You had mentioned R&B. 2 of, obviously I'm more into the jam scene as of right now, as of technicality. But rock and R&B are, I would argue, 2. I don't know how many pillars, whatever shape you want to come up with to argue how many cornerstones there are of music. It has to be at least 2, and they are rock and R&B. There's nothing greater. There's no genre that you can put on in more situations than those 2. I will say, obviously, some of the rock is more familiar to me, and we'll definitely spend a moment. But I'm curious more about that R&B for the moment, because I don't think I was familiar with any of those names. And obviously, I know a couple of the big ones, but those were definitely a little bit more niche. Any familiarity back there? No?
No, not at all. Not part of your taste fun?
Not really, no. I need to get more into it.
I mean, it's fine. I mean, it's just, my sister, here's the thing, what I've learned while doing all this is that a lot of the patrons that come here, a lot of you guys really love to dive deep into the history and maybe even the stories of each individual artist, right? During that time growing up, I was just listening to what she was listening to, right? Like, so I don't, like today I'm more into the rock thing and, what's more popular right now. So I can't really say, based on, about Monica and Brandy, maybe some of Leah. I can't, I just enjoyed what they put out.
Yeah.
It's not something that, it's not like the biggest thing for me.
Right.
Right. It's something that, that was part of my childhood.
It just happened to me.
Yeah.
So that's not really getting played today, but it's also it's hanging on the wall. It's
I hear if I'm walking in the street and I hear a car radio or something and they're blasting it. Right. It's like oh yeah, I remember that.
You nod,
that's
yeah.
cool.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because it's interesting that you mentioned that point at the beginning about people delving a lot more. And I will say, because I think we mentioned that maybe on the Alessandro episode, how music has quickly become a more competitive thing as opposed to it being something that was just revered. Like, oh, you have that, you're able to listen to that album, what a joy. You know what I mean? Like, oh, did you hear that, Tommy got the new Motley Crue album? Holy crap, we gotta tune into that. Like right now, we gotta bike down to his house and listen to that. And so it was a privilege to have that. Now it's so accessible that you're deemed as inferior if you're not. And some people, are really just oblivious to that. And I think, great, ignorance is bliss. Well done. I tip my hat to you because I'm caught up in the same rat race, especially with these guys. Oh, do you know the shows? Do you know who's playing? Do you know what happened to them? And you're no better, Finn, with all of your Sublime stuff and your surf rock stuff. I mean, it's fun though. We find a little bit of enjoyment in it, but that contrast between seeking things out for a definitive purpose and you can't like the hits. That's what we talked about, is you can't like the hits now. Mm-hmm. And people try and screw with me. They're like, oh, my favorite song's Ripple. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? I'm like, I'm gonna give you a fist bump, dude. Like, thank you for listening to like the greatest band ever. Like, I appreciate you. And so, to get back on track, it's an interesting concept that I had to spend a minute on, because are you, like you said, you're into this more rock scene today. Are you diving deep like some of the other Gen Zers, I guess, or are you still just sort of nodding along, enjoying it as it is, mood based? I know you said there's a lot of mood based stuff.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm just enjoying it along as it is. Like it really depends on what kind of mood I'm in. Yes. Like when we were texting about this,
yes.
Right? At that time I had told you that the greatest album of all time was an album by Louis Capaldi.
That was a soul shocking. Yeah, fair enough. But yes.
And John, I can't even remember the name of the album right now. Like Divine I can't remember it, right? But at that time I was just feeling like really awful about myself. Like I hated everything about me at that time, and I was like, damn, you know what? Like I want to feel like he felt in that album, right? So I was like, you had something on the tip of your tongue.
Nope.
Nope.
Genuinely no. I was getting closer because that's
But I mean, I don't feel like that at all today. Like there's nothing. Like okay, I feel great. Like, but I listen to it. I don't. It's not. I hate to say it's not like it's everything. It's like I'm just a casual listener. I'm not going to, learn like the artist's birth date or, what city they were born in. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to Emiliana, who I know loves her Maryland crew over there. And she loves, like I think all-time lows for Maryland. Am I mistaken there?
Finn? I don't know. Are we thinking of the same I Was the Knight in Shining Armor, all-time low?
I'll just wait for Finn for a second.
Yeah.
Maryland. Yeah.
Huh.
Is it really?
Yeah. Indeed. Townsend.
Nailed it.
I see. Okay, rock on. I had no idea. Thank you.
Oh yeah, I mean, because we were talking about music and she was like diving completely deep into it, and it's like, oh man, I felt like, I felt a little unworthy. Like, oh man, you guys, this is something that you guys are really deeply passionate about, right? It's not, I can't say that I am like that. Right. I just like listening to it.
Yes.
Right. So, man, I feel like I brought the mood down. Like Finn can't even look at me right now. It's off.
This is the tip. This is what we call the 25. You've heard of the 1,000-yard stare. Get ready for the 25-minute gaze. This is when everything's running just fine. We got a new brand spanking new pulled out of the box today memory card. Everything's just fine. So yeah, all of a sudden he has no concerns. He's a calm man. Our audio is great. You have a fantastic speaking voice. So
thanks, Frank.
Thank you. Sorry, everybody.
But yeah, I mean, I think the question was like if I was just more of a casual listener.
No.
Yeah.
And you're taking it at face value, and the emotional part is important because you say it's a month-to-month basis or a year, but I mean, whoever's concept of time it's been. I can think back to, which is ridiculous that it's 3 years ago now. 2023 being 3 years ago is the biggest. You can say 2026 being 6 years ago is the biggest gap. I think the 23 being 3 years ago is the largest. Neither here nor there. Listening to seeing the rewind, the year-to-year rewind, how unfathomably inverted it is from what is going on today. The amount of metal of every subgenre, and really just nasty grunge and weird kind of house and dark stuff compared to what it is today. And it's like, oh yeah, that actually, I think back, I'm very careful about what I add to my library. Oh, before I talk about my Apple Music-ness, which the Kickback proudly endorses as he shakes his head. Are you proud? I was just going to ask what streaming service.
Apple Music, yeah.
Unbelievable. The man himself. Look at the light shines down. Oh my God. Sorry, that was emotional right there, because it's true. There were a couple fellas walking around the other day that said they were using Apple Music, and I appreciated that.
Since 2016.
Vet too. That's a decade on your head, right there. But I don't know about you. I'm very careful about what I add to my library, because if you scroll down, it cuts off at a certain point, which sucks. And so I'm like, I want it to be, only stuff that really matters gets on there. And so when you scroll down, it's like, oh my God, this is like the past year, and you can see how it changes. And so you've obviously got a lot of good stuff going on today. Does any of the house that gets played here, I call it house, the electronica, or I guess whatever you want to call it, does that ever make its way onto your playlist?
Not really, no.
Really not.
Yeah.
The people like it, so it's like you're giving the people what they want.
I mean, yeah, exactly. When we do it here, it's if we did it based on anything that I liked, I'm pretty sure no one would come, right? Like we would want people, what they want. It's like. Like the DJ thing, it's not something, it's not really my scene, right? But people love that, so they're going to come here for that. Like, it's not meant for me, it's for you guys.
I don't know, brother. If you could have any act, I was going to say, you said band showcases.
Yeah.
You said, you wanted a different, style of music on. Obviously, we appreciate how, I'll never be one to shy away. It's a good thing to have. But if you could have a group if you have a group in mind or a genre in mind, what's it going to be? Like,
for the band showcases?
Sure, yeah. Or just what you see going forward, if, either realistically or, with a magic wand.
Oh, I mean, it'll be any style. Sure. I'm not, hindered. Literally anything. I think we spoke to
Secret Band.
Are you familiar with that?
Oh, that would
more censored stuff.
Band.
Oh, there you go.
So, yeah, no, I think that would be.
I think that'd be a good first night.
100%.
Like, yeah, we're gonna talk to them. We have his information upstairs. But yeah, I mean, we'll put it up on the gram and see whoever responds, whoever first come first serve.
Right. Irish Exit is good as well. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there will be a lot of people clamoring when that Instagram post goes out. I think that could really do a number. That'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my God, that'd be a lot of fun. This is huge, dude. I can't wait to to reveal this to the public. This needs to be shared. But no, cool. So we're all ready to go. We're geared up. Are there any summer plans coming on? Because I'm going to be here. I'm going to be around. I'm going to be seeing you around, grabbing slices around midnight with Chloe back in town, obviously. Is there anything for you? Is there anything for the pizza place?
Well, I mean, during the summertime...
Pizza place, Pugsley's, sorry.
Gee, pizza place.
I caught myself saying that, and excuse me. Sorry.
I mean, typically during the summertime, they close early. Most of the class, everyone's gone, right? There's a handful of you guys left, so they find themselves closing 7, 8, 9 o'clock.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's gonna be devastating for you. You have to go to a lesser pizzeria. It's awful.
I'll never. If anyone ever catches themselves saying that Mezzaluna or any other place is better, I don't really see where you're coming from. They're contrarian. They're trying to be contrarian, in my opinion. It's undoubtedly the best slice. There's no, I'm not getting paid to say this. This is the true bottom of my heart belief. I haven't eaten dinner. I skipped lunch. I'm going to feast. I might get my own special. Don't mind if I do. And actually, I'm going to make it public here. I apologize for not getting back to you about the Valentine's Day showcase of it. I remember being super caught up. I was getting ready to head over to London. That's, hence our time off, quite frankly. And then saying, oh yeah, I'll, get to that in 2 seconds.
Frank.
Here we stand.
It's fine.
Thank you.
It's not.
No.
It's not an issue.
I
mean, that our Valentine's Day thing, it didn't really work out. It was. I think like a lot of people are a little apprehensive when it comes to that kind of stuff. Like I don't know, fear of rejection or whatever. Like the Valentine's thing karaoke did not work. It just didn't work.
I mean, at the same time, I think people were. I remember seeing a snap or two from the train station and just being packed with a lot of suits and dresses. So there were a lot of people heading downtown for, big nights out. And so that obviously sucked away, several hundred at least people, I'd imagine.
I mean, some people did come. We had,
of course.
They came, but they just, didn't,
It was a mixer, right? It was like a singles mixer?
Yeah.
Oh, Finn, why were you... Come on. What's the matter with you? Sorry.
No,
but no, it's true. Like that's, I'd like that I also want to say that, yes, I haven't been here. It's been definitely a second. And I have pleaded with my people to get here. I'm like, but regardless, I applaud you guys for having theme nights and for having, objectively creative, innovative attempts at, trying new things. And I say you guys, but it's you. I mean, no, it's your job. You know what I mean? I find that to be a lot of emerging across a lot of places and a lot of fields, like people finding their niche within their, job, and that's clearly what you've done.
Well, I just want to. Well, first, thank you.
Yeah, please. Yes.
But I got to thank Sal and Peter.
Yes,
I appreciate them for trusting me and giving me this opportunity, to be the manager down here to. Come up with these different style theme nights, for test driving, we're doing the karaoke as often as we do, to the extent where maybe overdone. I appreciate them trusting me with my ideas. And, if it wasn't for them, also Chloe, but if it wasn't for them, none of this stuff would actually be here either. So, they're great.
No, it's kind of, I do owe a lot to them. I really appreciated it being an easy pitch to both of them for the most part, and having it be, something that was, look, I am not here for anything other than to, mess around and hang out and see you guys and, see some friends and bring some people in. And we've done that a couple times, and we're excited to do it a lot more, hopefully over the summer. I mean, within reason, of course. But to have more, I think people have really enjoyed it. I think the Simon episode was great. We've had a lot of fun with Isaac, and it was a blast with you and Sandro, and so and this has been great so far. Seriously, so
I don't know. I feel like I'm letting you down.
Don't you dare!
I feel like I'm letting you down, Frank. I'm sorry.
You've revealed. You've told all. This has been a grand reveal.
Like, I don't know. I feel like I could give you more. And I'm going to give you more.
There it is. I was. Thank you. Please, right here, right now.
No, it's not. It's not official yet.
Nope.
It's in the works. But we're going to have. What we're trying to do is to have a karaoke contest.
That is
right.
Fantastic.
Where we'll bring someone from a radio station as a judge.
That'd be kick-ass.
Where the winner could probably get some sort of vacation.
Rise.
Or a cash prize.
It's going to be sweet, dude.
I've said too much.
We're going to get whooped. See, that's the thing. It's like, because we think to ourselves in our small brains, we're like, oh, yeah, we can win a cash prize singing contest. Yeah. Yeah, we can. There's going to be a line out the door of the B-sides and every other choir group and theater group that have been singing since, before they could walk, and someone's going to walk away with it. But I think I'll be damned if we don't give it a whirl, Sam. I think we really should. That'd be hysterical.
Oh, yeah,
please.
You should definitely try. Of course, even though, you're definitely not going to win, but it's nice to, it's nice to try.
I'd say you cut it. I agree, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I already have like a few people, seeing. I see them, right? I see them all the time, so I know exactly who's probably going to be like in the group of the big group of finalists for whenever we do that. Hopefully, we'll do that next semester. you just gotta dot your I's and cross your T's on that. And hopefully for next semester, it will be more than just a Thursday, Friday, Saturday thing. It'll probably be a 5 or 6 day a week thing. So
I'd like a weeknight, like sit at the bar. That's great. Yes.
So obviously I can't do it alone. So I'm probably gonna need some people. Like I don't know. Like right now, we do have someone else. I haven't been. I have a partner down here right now. A nice Fordham student, Livy. She's phenomenal. She's one of the best singers here, right? So that's probably why we took her here, because we have her working the crowds and also performing on stage and doing a lot of things that I don't want to do down here.
Right.
Because I used to do it all, so now I don't have to anymore.
Thank God. Yeah.
And she's been great, and she might win, but no. I think that's why we brought her on, so she can't win because she's part of the team.
I was gonna say
right?
there's no planting. Yeah.
So, but yeah, hopefully, by next semester we'll have far more things, game nights, trivia nights, just a lot of different gimmicks. I don't want this to have like this is the karaoke spot. Like, we want, there'll of course be karaoke. It's going to be there, but we want this place to grow, venture out and do more things.
I do think, I don't want to, speak for anybody, but that does sound a lot more, because I feel like as fun as they've been, there's a lot of karaoke nights. That's like, I feel like what you guys have been known for. But at our stage right now, and especially by next fall, what we are kind of leaning towards, it's like, all right, like 7 p.m. Like we took care of business. Like I'd like a couple beers, like that'd be nice. By a couple, it's like a couple, yeah, it's an evening thing. And so instead of like, running up, I don't know, the late night shenanigans have since been passed by, you know what I mean? That's, so to have like a, throw the lights on, little bar set up, that'd be awesome, because that's what it felt like last year. I do remember coming in here, and those felt real. Oh man, I mean, all the tables and all the setup in here, it's and then I remember when the stage first moved, that was like, oh God, like what are they gonna do next? What are they you guys have been unpredictable, and it's been fun because everything's been changing. Tell me about the wheel. Can you please, whose idea was the wheel? What came of this? I remember, starting to see it and just starting to laugh out loud, because I'm like, oh my God, they're really turning this place into a spot and a half. So,
yeah, the wheel
any
was my
lowdown?
idea.
Of course,
It was
naturally.
100% my idea.
Good. Thank God.
When this thing, okay, after last semester, last year, guys went away, guys came back. We didn't have enough workers, right? So I could not do both up and downstairs. So we had to sacrifice down here while I was working nights upstairs. So that people would keep coming, but it's like, I'm sorry, it's closed.
Yeah.
So, which sucked, right? Because then far fewer people started coming for the bar. We started doing something during the week. We were doing karaoke Tuesdays and karaoke Thursdays.
Yes.
Right? Where nobody was showing up. Right? It was all really bad. And it wasn't until I actually got so bad that we were almost done. Like it was like, you know what? It's just not working, and it didn't make sense to continue, for me to continue, earning here without generating anything, right? So I decided to take it on the arm, if you will, a couple of times to see if they could actually grow into something. And it wasn't until I met the Frisbee team.
No.
They started coming here. That's when things started to lift off.
Wow. Okay.
So it was that Thursday, like, oh man, we used to go to a place that's no longer here anymore, right? So, and then they saw this place, like, oh, we like it. So then we stayed open later than we usually did that night because, they were here, they're having fun, having a good time.
How many strong? How many?
That night it was probably, I want to say just 12.
Sure.
Like just 12 of the
right.
Frisbee team. It's
Right.
like, oh, because, they weren't all together, like figuring out what to do.
Right.
And at that time, we were just doing karaoke off my phone. Right,
Oh,
so
sure.
that was my Apple Music on my phone, turn
Right.
the sound down,
Yep.
and the real OGs know the karaoke on my iPhone 12 Pro.
Oh. Oh yeah.
So,
Oh yes.
and then we transitioned later to an iPad.
Yes.
Great. But so it wasn't until then. But then people started coming. But I wanted people to okay, they're coming, they're singing. I want them to be able to earn some sort of prize. It's like thank you for coming, right? So I came up with the idea of, okay, you purchase something, you get an entry into a raffle, right? So you get the raffle entry. At a predetermined time, I pick a name out, and whoever I pick out gets to spin the prize wheel.
Yeah.
Right. And there's some cool stuff on the wheel. There's cash on the wheel.
Yeah, there is.
It's free merch, free drinks, free food, right? So that worked. People came, and it also maybe enticed people to perhaps get a little more, spend a little more, and
Yeah.
so yeah, that's how the whole prize wheel came about. Trying to, my way of saying thanks, and also trying to elevate the business in a way. So
Is there going to be a wheel spun this Friday?
there's gonna be a wheel spun every hour on Friday. Yeah.
We gotta get juiced. Can we get there? What's the matter? There were a couple yays rather than nays. I heard more yays than nays. As a matter of fact, I didn't hear any nays to begin with. So, to me, there was zero. It was a goose egg. No, seriously. So, consider us in for the wheel. Consider us in for Friday night. Consider us here with Jonathan Ramos. Thank you so much.
Doors are going to open at 10 o'clock. The first wheel will be at 11, so it's going to be every hour until 2 a.m.,
Okay.
no matter what. Typically, how it would work is if someone wins cash, it stops. Nope. There's a budget set aside. I might give away hundreds of dollars that night. Who knows?
That's right.
It's going to be a lot of fun. So
It's going to be a frenzy. Happy birthday, Jonathan.
thanks, Frank.
Thank you so much. Seriously.
Appreciate it.
Let's have a day. Kickback Nation, thank you very much for tuning in. This has been Jonathan Ramos. It's been a true pleasure. Tune in next week for another episode of Awesome Stuff, and have a wonderful rest of your Friday night. We will see you tonight. Peace.